When you get to be my age, I cringed saying that, you start to notice something interesting. People tend to fall into two different camps. There are those who stay curious, playful, and open, embracing new ideas, new adventures, new tech, and new ways of doing things. Then there are those who, don't. They harden a bit. They get bitter, stuck in old routines, angry at the world, and convinced their way is the only way. I've been wondering lately, why does that happen? What's the moment where someone crosses over into Team Bitter? Sure, with age comes wisdom. You know yourself better, you care less about what others think, thank God, and when you travel, you definitely prefer a cozy hotel room with blackout curtains and firm pillows over a co-ed hostel with questionable plumbing and 20 snoring strangers. But how do some people hold on to joy while others slowly become hardened? Let's talk about it in today's video. There is someone I'm close to who is much older than me, and lately our conversations have started to drain me. No matter the topic, weather, movies, sandwiches, he finds the dark cloud in it. Then he spirals into a highlight reel of everything that's wrong in his life. And honestly, from the outside, he seems to have it really good. Nice house, great health, travel, leisure, retirement fund. Okay, maybe that part's a little iffy these days, but still. So why the constant doom and gloom? It's not that I don't understand venting. Life throws stuff at all of us. It's more that this feels like a permanent lens, a complainer's mindset. And honestly, it's death by 1,000 cuts. And I know you probably know someone like this too. I'm seeing it pop up more and more in people my age, especially on social media. And I get it. By middle age, you've been through some shit. Heartbreak, grief, layoffs, financial stress, health stuff, politics, bad bosses, and more. In your 20s, you may sometimes feel lost and confused, but you also feel invincible. You're fueled by Red Bull and reckless optimism. You have no idea how wild life can get. But somewhere along the way, that shiny sense of possibility can get buried under life's pile of poop, for lack of a better word. Still, that doesn't mean the best is behind you. Here's the truth. You get to choose. You can be the person who grows more rigid, more cynical, or be the one who leans in with childlike wonder, even if your knees crack every time you stand up. Raise his hand. So, how do we stay in that camp? I don't have all the answers, and frankly, I've gotten comfortable not knowing them. But I do treat life like one big experiment. And that brings me to idea number 1. Stay curious. If you're a Ted Lasso fan, you'll remember the scene where he plays a game of darts with Rupert. In a tearjerker of a speech, he says, quote, "Be curious, not judgmental," end quote, and then proceeds to wipe the floor with Rupert's smug face.
Barbecue sauce.
Curiosity keeps us young, but it also keeps us kind, open-minded, and growing. As we get older, we tend to surround ourselves with people just like us. Same routines, same restaurants, same groups. And slowly, our world shrinks. So challenge yourself. Listen to younger people or people who aren't like you. Try a new perspective. Remember, once upon a time, we were the naive youth someone rolled their eyes at. Let's not become the people we used to swear we'd never be. Idea number 2, play. A couple years ago, I started taking tap dancing classes. When I told my dad, his response was, "Oh, so you're planning on being on Broadway now?" He said he was joking, but there was definitely a hint of shade in there. Here's the thing, we forget we're allowed to do things just for fun. Not for money, not for status, not for followers, just fun. That's honestly why I stepped away from YouTube for a bit. I started taking it too seriously. I was obsessing over titles, thumbnails, and analytics, watching one video flop after another. It stopped being play. It became performance. Remember, you're allowed to create for the sake of creating. Dance because it lights you up. Write because you feel like it. Paint, sing, act, knit, play a sport, juggle flaming swords. Whatever floats your boat. Just don't practice juggling flaming swords on said boat. For me, dance is that thing. Every week, I tap with people who've become some of my closest friends. For an hour, the world fades out and I'm fully present. And I'll keep doing it until my body says, "Okay, lady, time for a new hobby." The third idea is to practice compassion and forgiveness. I'm not saying let toxic people back into your life. Healthy boundaries exist for a reason. But holding on to resentment? That's like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. I've been learning this one in real time. I've got a personal situation that's been testing me. And while people have encouraged me to share the story, I'm choosing not to because I'm not looking to feel like a victim or get validation. I'm rewriting a better story for myself. One where I'm not lugging around someone else's emotional baggage or carrying around the heavy weight of my own. Forgive where you can. Create your own closure if you have to. You don't need the other person to give you that closure. Otherwise, you could be searching for it for years and will have wasted precious time. The fourth item I want to talk about is seeking awe. Not, aw, isn't that puppy on TikTok cute? But awe as in wonder, the kind that makes your jaw drop and your heart swell. It's that feeling I got when I stepped into the expanse of the caverns in Carlsbad, New Mexico, or when I was surrounded by towering mountains in Scotland. It's camping in a designated dark zone and staring up at the stars, seeing the Milky Way stretch across the sky like a celestial river. Studies have shown that experiencing awe has real healing effects on our minds and bodies. It helps us feel connected, grounded, and small in the best possible way. And the best part? You don't have to plan an epic weekend escape to feel it. A year ago, I went with a friend to see an IMAX film at the California Science Center about the James Webb Telescope. That 45-minute film gave me goosebumps. It even made me cry. Not just because of the stunning visuals of galaxies far, far away, but because of the joy and awe radiating from the engineers and scientists who helped make the telescope a reality. Their passion was contagious. In that moment, my own problems felt small, but not in a dismissive way. It was liberating. It reminded me how vast the universe is, how miraculous it is that we even exist at all, floating on this tiny blue planet. It gave me perspective, and that perspective brought me peace. And lastly, I just wanted to touch on gratitude. Yeah, we've all heard this one a million times, but it really does help. When you're spiraling into bitterness or rage or why me, take a breath and ask, what do I have right now that I can be thankful for? It doesn't have to be big. A delicious cup of coffee, a safe home, a cat that tolerates you, or a decent Wi-Fi connection. And hey, if you're here watching this, you've got a 100% success rate of surviving life so far. That is a solid 5-star Google rating right there. Well done, you. As I've gotten older and maybe just a teensy bit wiser, I found myself turning to philosophy, particularly Taoism, for a little life guidance. There's a passage from the Tao Te Ching that I always come back to that says, quote, "Nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water. Yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. The soft overcomes the hard, the gentle overcomes the rigid. Everyone knows this is true, but few can put it into practice." End quote. So let's all try to be a little more like water, less rigid, soft and yielding, always willing to flow toward joy. Thank you for watching, and I hope you got something useful out of this video. Until next time.